Tonight's show and every night's show is brought to you by Ripping the Rack on the RTR Bowling channel on YouTube. We have lots of content tonight, so let's get right to tonight's show sponsors. Okay, thanks to our sponsors for tonight's show. The Exxon Valdez Lane Maintenance Crew, Big Baby Bottles and Binkies, and Acme Expert Patches and Certificates. Thank you for making our budget what it is and helping us to bring you some great awards for this evening's show. Okay, before we go any further, we'd like to thank our brand new subscribers. I know there's a whole bunch of you this week. I believe I counted 2 brand new subscribers, so thank you very much for subscribing. And while we're on the topic, we'll do the YouTube thing. Make sure you smash that like button and add subscriptions so you don't miss any content from RTR Bowling here at the Nelson Center while we do the Langs Invitational pregame show. Okay, for tonight's product showcase is the ball that's been out a little while. This is the Wolverine 900 Globals Wolverine Dark Moss. This ball's been out, like I said, a little while, but it is a house shot killer. We've seen a number of these balls show up during league, so we figured we'd pass along a reminder that this ball is available at Custom Pro Fit. Come see me and I'll get you a brand new Wolverine Dark Moss. The ball features a 2.54 RG and an 053 differential, like I said, with the S70 Pearl cover stock from 900 Global. It also features the Lacerate 2.0 core. So get yourself a Dark Moss, come down and see us. Ball will be great for the transition or when you want to play on that dirt way outside, not have to worry about the big puddle. Okay, this is your ball. So come see us, we'll get you a new Dark Moss, our product showcase for this evening. Now for some shout outs. First up, the 2022 Rhode Island USBC Baker Doubles Championship is being held right here at Langs Bowlorama. Here is your flyer, available here at the Bowling Center. This tournament is November 5th and 6th here at Langs, as I said. It's $30 per person to bowl. There are 3 squads each on Saturday and 3 squads on Sunday. They are 9 a.m., noon, and 3:30. Your 9 a.m. squad and your 3:30 squad is fresh oil, and your noon squad is burn. There are 2 divisions, 400 and over, 399 and under. That's your team average for that event. You can contact Michael Sodoma or RIUSBC to sign up in advance, but come down here at Rhode Island USBC Baker Doubles Championship here at Langs. This tournament will also feature the Rhode Island Bowling Player Championship rankings points, and our first quarterly rankings are coming out November 15th. So this tournament will qualify for points for that event, and those rankings will come out for the first time on November 15th. So please come down and join us. It should be a great event. Okay, also deserving a shout out for this evening. This weekend that just passed, RTR Bowling Tour crowned a new champion. David Simpson Jr. took home the title at $500 this weekend at Old Mountain Lanes. He defeated Colby Hagamosa in the title match. It was a fairly close match, and Colby bowled great all day. He actually shot 800 in qualifying. He finished second, taking him $250 for his second place finish. Both bowlers obviously very deserving, and it was a great tournament. We had 51 entries, so we appreciate those of you who came out for that. Okay, recapping last week's action, Half-Baked, they were up there in the standings. They failed to enjoying the ride 3-1. The match total was 32-19 to 31-10 in the favor of your leaders and your first place team enjoying the ride. They were led by bowler of the match for the second week in a row, Chris Baker, who shot 709. I believe his teammate Jimmy Savastro, their anchor, was just behind him, but Chris Baker obviously getting helping his team to another win, and they stay on top of the standings at 22-6 currently. Okay, just behind our leaders enjoying the ride is the second place teams. That is Chico's Bail Bonds and We Them Boys, both standing at 21-7. Both teams obviously having a pretty good start to the year. At 20-8, the Digi Bowlers led by Tim Gagnon, who's having a pretty good year, off to a very good start himself. And stay tuned, round up the top 5, also at 20-8. That's in the league standings after 7 weeks. So good bowling by those 5 teams, and the rest of the league is now chasing you. Stars of the week here in week 7. First off, John Van Hees found the range this week for sure. He shot 289, 803 to lead the league in scoring. Second, Steve Gardner shot 300, 757. a big week by him. I know he was actually off to a kind of a slow start early. Definitely broke out this week, 377, good bowling. And Tim Healy, who shot 279, 783, another big week by him. He's really hot, and his team is bowling very well. So good bowling by our stars of the week here in week 7 in the Langs Invitational League. The average leader for the league, still Bill Tessier, Big Billy, 245.62. Obviously bowling amazing as usual. We asked last week who you guys thought would be the winner of the league title in average, the league average crown. We didn't get a lot of responses, but I actually mentioned that I thought Tim Healy might be able to challenge for the average crown this year. But the way that Billy is bowling, despite Tim really heating up, I think Billy seems to be on a mission, as I mentioned a few times now. If he keeps up the pace he's at, I think it'll be very difficult for anyone to wrest away the prestigious average crown from Big Billy. Okay, now for our feature match for tonight, Opportunity Brand coming in at 18-12. They are taking on Pete's Pro Shop, who is 16-12. Obviously, Pete's Pro Shop, a surprise contender this year early on, and also a little bit of a sentimental favorite. They lost their namesake and teammate, Pete Mazzy, who died of cancer a little over a year ago now. They are off to a pretty good start, largely due to their anchor bowler, Robert Jagman, who's off to a 217 average start, so a pretty good start for him so far through 7 weeks. Also on that team, Mark Howard, Cam Devine, Howard Braddock, and John Hudson round up their lineup. However, they're taking on a pretty tough team, pretty strong contender, and the aforementioned Tim Healy, obviously renowned Hall of Famer. Also on that team, that Opportunity Brand team, leading off is Jim Handy, the GOAT, the greatest, the legend, Dave Forsey, who bowls second for them. Teddy Francois, Brian Ayala round out that lineup, so a pretty strong lineup going against a surprise upstart team. Should be a great match, and we'll bring you the results next week. Okay, lastly, before we go, next week, for those of you who didn't know, next week is my mother's birthday, next Wednesday night, October 26th. My mother, Laura Sean Eleanor Getz, Ellie, as most knew her. My mother loved bowling. She obviously supported my bowling very vehemently while she was alive. She was at everything. So many of you probably remember her bringing snacks and things like that to bowling. So next week I thought it'd be a good idea in honor of my mother, and since it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, next week we'd have a little snack tray out on our lanes during bowling. The center has approved this, and they're actually going to be providing the snacks for us for next week. I'm going to add some things to it as well. But if you're interested, come down and visit us. Have a snack, grab a piece of cheese, have a cracker or something in honor of my mother. But also, because it is Breast Cancer Awareness Week, or Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we'll have a little can out. And if you'd like to make a donation, we'll take the donations and we'll give them to the renowned USBC Bowl for the Cure event, which happens in February. So those donations will be made on behalf of the league and on behalf of my mother in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month this month. So we'd love to see you. Please come down and visit us, and if you feel so inclined, please make a donation. Thank you. Okay, it looks like that's going to do it for our show tonight. We'd like to thank you for joining us here on the RTR Bowling YouTube channel for the Langs Invitational pregame show. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors, all of our subscribers. Again, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help us out, raise some money, and hopefully someday we can be as big as maybe Mickey Mouse, okay? We'd like to thank our sponsors as well as our affiliates, Langs Bowlorama for the use of the Nelson Center, Storm Nation, Ribbon the Rack, Custom Pro Fit, and Bowlify, okay? Join us every week here on the RTR Bowling channel on YouTube for the Langs Invitational pregame show.